Okay, in this video episode, I'm going to show you how to solve and graph on the number line inequalities. We've got a couple of examples, but first, let's take a quick look at the inequality symbols. There are 4 of them. You've seen them before. The first one is less than, and the symbol on the number line, when you draw it, is an open circle like that. So that's less than, kind of looks like an L, less than. This is less than or equal to. The symbol for it on the number line will be a solid circle. Then over here we have the greater than symbol pointing to the right because we read from left to right. That's going to be an open circle like that when we graph it on the number line. And finally we have this greater than or equal to. The symbol of that will be what sort of a circle? Closed circle like that. We're going to graph them on the number line in a moment, but first let's expose these examples as I solve them up here. So as I expose the first one, we have variables, you might notice, on both sides. Just like equations, we've got to balance them and get the variable home alone by itself. We want to isolate it. So that x we want it by itself. We've got a variable there and on this side of the inequality. The inequality symbol right there is greater than. It's pointing to the right. So it's 8x plus 5 is greater than 9x. Let's solve this, get the x by itself. All right, what's the first thing we might want to do? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 8x from both sides. That way this will be eliminated. So because it's positive 8x, we're going to use subtract 8x from this side. That will eliminate it. And on this side again, we're going to do the same thing. Take away 8x. There we go. So 8x minus 8x is 0. So that eliminates. We bring down the 5. So that's 5 is greater than 9x minus 8x leaves us with just 1x. So we just write an x there. Now you'll notice that the variable's on the right-hand side and the number is on the left-hand side. We can reverse them. So all we have to do is take the x from the right and bring it to the left and the 5 to the right. Why do we do that? Because it looks a lot better this way. It's still correct the other way, but this looks better. So we just swap them. So x goes to the left and 5 goes to the right. Now, what do we do with the inequality symbol? We reverse it, don't we? So now here it's got greater than, now it becomes less than. So that's our answer. So x is less than 5, not including 5. So what we're going to do now is graph it down here on the horizontal number line. So let me just unveil the number line. There it is right there, horizontal number line. We're going for x is less than 5. Now the symbol for that is what sort of a symbol? Open circle or solid circle? It's going to be a open circle like that. So x is less than 5. Let's put some numbers in this. So what I'll do is I'll put the numbers. I'll go from here. I'll go from 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, negative 1, negative 2. And the number we're interested in is 5. So we put the open circle on the positive 5, right on it like that. There we go. And the arrow, you'll see it's less than. I'll just write the symbol again. There it is there. That represents the arrow. So it will be pointing to the left, obviously. So let me just draw that in. And then you put a solid triangle there to indicate the arrow. All solid. So there we have. So here we have x is less than 5. The solutions are all real numbers less than 5. Not including 5. Now what we can do is actually test and see if this is correct. So what I'm going to do is pick a number that's less than 5 and see if it checks out or is true. So I'm going to test the number less than 5. Let's pretend we're going to pick the number, say, x equals 4. Let's do a check with that. So we're going to check with x equals 4. Why? Because it's less than 5. So let's try that. So let's substitute x equals 4 into this inequality right there. So it's going to be 8. So we have 8 times 4. We're putting in 4 there. Plus 5. And that should be greater than 9. There's our 9 times x. There's our x. X equals 4. I put brackets there to represent multiplication. So it's 8 times 4 plus 5 should be greater than 9 times 4. Let's see if that's true. Let's see if it checks it out. So we got 8 times 4, that's going to be 32 plus 5, and that should be greater than, let me do that in black, greater than 9 times 4, which is 36. Now, is that true? Well, we've got 32 plus 5. What's that going to give us? That's going to be 37. So we have 37. Now, is 37, is that greater than 36? 37 is greater than 6, therefore it checks out. So therefore, it is true. It is true. So x must be less than 5. X is less than 5. X equals 4, sorry, is less than 5. Therefore, that is true. It works out.